Hello, we are back live. We weren't sure if we were going to be, but we are. We are back in the middle of play. It is the 47th minute. It is still 0-0 after another lengthy weather delay. We are here, and Rishi, you have some information. It's better than I have.
Yeah, so we are back underway. We have a series of issues that we're fighting against. Light, another weather cell that's on its way. And we still have another 45 minutes or a little less than that to play. So the game is playing. Refs will do what they need to do in terms of making decisions based off of weather and or daylight. And at this juncture, this score will stand. If either team scores, that will be the result. If the game gets called, if it cannot go through completion.
Thank you for that information.
At least that's what I think is supposed to happen. So
we will just play till we can't play anymore, till the referees say, all right, guys, get off the pitch.
Much like growing up and playing in the playground. Just play till someone yells, it's time to go home.
Exactly. That's a good head-on, but Momish is offside there. Well, if you are just now joining us, first off, you missed first half full of rain. And another weather delay, an early weather delay in the 11th minute. A couple opportunities for either side, and as Rochester looked to build up, AFC dominated for the most part in possession, and they are going to hope to try and get that back. But after such a long weather delay, you have to think it's pretty hard.
One of the reasons that we were late getting back is because the warm-up was cut short. Referees itching to get the game back going. So I know the AFC players weren't even dressed and had to put all their gear back on because obviously it is soaked.
That is not the most fun things. But as we saw, a nice pass there from Marlon DeFreitas that forced a clearance before it found Izzy Matthews. AFC seemed to be doing all right. They're building back in. It took them a little time, but they're building back.
Obviously, play is going to be sluggish from both teams to start. It's a tough thing to recover from. Wet, cold, and warm.
That's a great ball there. Vaughn is just
man.
wide there. I believe
Great
that was
ball.
Turnbull sending the ball in. That is a stellar chance. Nearly found at least a shot on target, but that went just a bit wide. And that's why you see Vaughn in this more elevated role in midfield, and Roof is the man holding. So as we look up and down the lineups, I do not believe there were any changes. We will confirm that shortly. But AFC, we can confirm, have brought out the same 11. And Ian McRain is in a full kit now, it looks like. He's wearing sky blue attire there, better than a training kit
Ian
for him.
was the only one that was allowed to change into dry clothes. And, hey, best to have your goalie in dry clothes, right?
Might as well. That will go out for a Rochester throw. Well, as we were looking at the weather radar and looking at, just weather things in general, we have 10 more minutes of daylight. Sunset in Ann Arbor is at 9:07, and you have another 5-10 minutes of twilight after that. So we will see how long the light lasts, which sounds poetic almost in a way. That's a great ball. Matthews can control it with his chest. He's going to be forced out wide, but Turnbull's there. Turnbull's going to send him across with his left foot.
Oh, great attempt there.
Eske was repped up pretty well there by one of the center backs in yellow. Covered well. He couldn't get a clean header on target off of that. And that will be another goal kick. So that's a long ball forward. Rochester going to try and find there. That's a moment. Looked like he might have been brought down. He wanted a foul call there, but he didn't get it.
25 on their team might be a sub. Can you check that?
That's a good through ball there. I believe that was for Vaughn. Turnbull to Vaughn. I believe that Rochester have made one sub. They're one sub on the bench. Trying to see who he may have come in for. As there's a good through there by Cunningham. Cunningham's got the pace to stay with it. He's going to go up against DeFreitas. He makes DeFreitas miss. He's going to continue into the box. He's going to run out of room there, though. That's a good claim by McGrain. I believe he was out already, though. That'll be a goal kick. But like you said, that's another nice move there in net by McGrain to make sure that Rochester don't get that goal, which may very well be the all-important one. Looking at Rochester, Jeremy Loncow is out, we believe, on the left wing. And in for him is Ngwizi Mbengweze. So he's an impact sub for this Rochester team. It's a long ball to no one in particular that'll end up as an AFC throw. And Rishi, if you're Eric Rudlin, put yourself in Eric's shoes. What are you telling the guys right now to try and get them to that goal?
I mean, this is a very difficult situation. The game is tough as it is, but now you're not just playing your opponent. You're also playing the elements. You're also playing time. There's a lot more pressure. Time is not the time on the scoreboard. It's dictated by Mother Nature, unfortunately.
It's very rare that you see something like this happen, as Matthews did very well to get to the end of that long ball and muscled out Wyatt Scott. Things seem to have picked up where we last left them, with AFC continuing to hold possession. This really does sort of feel like playground soccer, as darkness is sort of crawling over the pitch, and you have the feeling that Mother Nature is going to soon call them in for the evening.
Along with the fact that both teams are dumping it.
Absolutely.
Hoping for something.
The short passing of Rochester, I'm not sure if they're going to feel that it is possible when you're looking for a goal so soon. So that's controlled well by Webster. Gets it to Sebastian Schalbad.
Even with all the rain, the field is holding up.
The field is holding up very well. I noticed
the ball is moving slower, though.
That is true. When I had the opportunity to get onto the pitch during that weather delay, and I noticed a couple of pods of water on the turf, but they seem to be pretty much gone, which is a testament to the draining of this field here at Concordia, as there's a foul. Advantage is played. Cunningham's got it. He's going to be able to beat DeFreitas, who tried to cut that out. That's a good shot. That's going to be out for, I believe that's
a great save.
That's
who
a goal
that?
kick.
Did you see who it was?
I did not. That was a stellar tackle, though. I think that was Brame.
That is Brame.
He, with a fantastic effort, that slippery ball was very hard for McGrain to grasp cleanly. And he was able to make the first time save, but it spilled, and Brame with a fantastic effort to force a goal kick, and he's down. So there is a substitution being made for Rochester as well. It's their second and final sub. It's their only other sub. It is Doug Miller, their head coach. And Doug Miller is one of the more decorated players in lower division soccer. He played for the Rochester Rhinos most of his career. He scored a game-winning goal in a U.S. Open Cup final when the Rhinos beat the Colorado Rapids. And he also played for the Lancers within the indoor realm from 2011 to 2015. So he is a very well-known player in lower league soccer, and despite the fact that he is 50, he was born in 1969, he can still play, and as we see here, certainly as head coach, he trusts himself to do the job.
The AFC players seem to be struggling with their footing quite a bit.
That they do. That seems like Sebastian Schalbad might be coming up a bit sore when he was going for that ball, I think.
It's definitely starting to get dark.
That it is. We are running out of daylight. The clouds are covering up the sun. certainly seems like, especially with all the cloud cover, we're not going to be able to play too much longer past sunset, as that's a short pass there by Sebastian Schabad. Momich is going to try and find a man on his other side, but that's good defending by the off-ball defenders of AFC, and then on ball by Webster. That's a tackle. It's ruled to be clean from Cunningham on Brame, but it will be an AFC throw. I truly cannot emphasize how odd this feels, where you see the clock time as we're in the 58th minute, but you know that you're not going to see it hit that full 90.
No, each possession is nerve-wracking.
It almost feels like eternal stoppage time here.
That's right. Just don't pay attention to the time on the scoreboard. That's not
Absolutely
what's applying pressure right now.
I believe that's Andre Schabad there to push it forward. That is because he found his brother Sebastian. Sebastian sends it into the box. That's Eske. Eske gets ahead to it. He'll be able to keep it in.
Does well to save it.
Absolutely. De Freitas is offside, or he commits a foul. There's a whistle there, and it's ruled in favor of Rochester. I'm not positive what the Rochester players are arguing against, because they did get the call. I thought that Freitas got it cleanly, as we're going to see a substitution here. It's Amadou Cisse coming on for Andre Schabad, so you're going to see a bit of added speed here for the remainder of this game on the wing. He can also play 9, but with Matthew still on that pitch, you're not going to see that, I don't imagine.
In the game for AFC, number 9, Amadou Cisse. Replacing number 2, Andre Schabad.
So as it gets darker, it becomes even harder and harder to see the numbers here on the pitch. Even the ball, really, as that long ball comes into Momich.
That's right. The ball is... Oh, that's a tough call.
That'll be a... Thought that might be a yellow. The ref's going to let him play that quickly. Cunningham's offside regardless. That wasn't even... That was a good 3 to 5 yards away from that.
We're pulling out some tricks right now, seeing if we can gain an advantage.
That they are. I would imagine Coach Rudlin brought Amadou Cisse on for a reason. I would not be shocked to see a long ball over the top for him, or to Matthews headed down or chested down for him, as Matthews is gonna get that. It'll be a mistouch that's played clear. Roof's gonna get a header there. Roof will not win it back. That was a foul by Cisse. Roof understands this matter of the situation, and he's going to bring it up quickly and play it short and quick. It is 9:07. This is, according to my iPhone's weather app, this is official sunset time.
We're going to open our window here so we can see better.
That we are. It seems like the rain has stopped as well, which is a shame. It's a good cross there. Eske's there, but that's headed clear by the Lancers, and it's a long ball forward. It's a pretty good long ball, but it's too lacking of pace to reach Momich, and Roof's gonna find Sebastian Schabad, who cannot find Will Eske with a first touch. We don't see any subs warming up, or we do at the opposite end of the pitch, but I imagine that if they're not stripped to their kit right now, they probably will not be in the match, just given how little light there is going to be left. Brain passes it to Webster. Webster's going to look for Cisse. That's a good
Cisse's
ball. Just wide.
Tough shot.
That's an incredible angle to even try and attempt it from there. That's why there was not much of a reaction from me, at least, because I didn't think that he was even going for goal. I thought he was going to try and find someone back post, and I was wondering if SK would make that run. But that's a heck of a shot, and that's exactly why you bring Cisse onto the pitch.
Great speed by Cisse.
Good ball, too. Helped a bit by the turf. It seemed to skid on the turf. Rochester will take their time in this goal kick. Can't say I blame them, because you're not going to add time on for for time wasting because there's no time to be had. Given how we are not operating on a normal clock, that's a good header there. If Webster didn't have that clear, it probably would have been free as Simone tries to jump over Webster, I believe that was, maybe Vaughn. There's another dead ball here. It's a long pass played by Brame to Matthews. Matthews has it tackled away from him by 2 men. And there's a foul, I believe that might be an original punishment on Matthews as he tried to win the ball back. We are into the 63rd minute. So in an ideal world, that would mean a little more or a little under a half hour left to play. I can't imagine we will be so lucky. As AFC got another throw here. Going to continue playing out from back, which I don't think is that bad of a strategy. You can at least see the ball where it is if you're playing it back and forth between center backs. Long ball might be tough to lose in the darkness. But that does seem to be more of a problem that you might have with the sun. Freitas with a great ball there. Eske might have the speed to get to it. He does. He will keep it in. Eske almost runs a half circle around the defense. There's Matthews. Matthews can't get a shot off. He gets past one defender. That's Cisse with a touch. He's going to try and get around the defender there, but he is the last one to touch it out. And Matthews there, he certainly wanted to get a shot off, but with 2 defenders in front of him, both of them sliding, both of them kicking up water as they slid, you're just not going to be able to get a shot off at that angle. Another AFC throw in a deep position. The ref warns them, push it back a bit.
I'm curious as to when the refs are going to determine we've lost daylight.
I am too. We can see the sun fading behind the clouds to our left. I am losing visibility of numbers for sure. I can certainly still see the ball. That's not a problem from this vantage point, obviously. McGrain ends up with the ball at his feet. He gets it to Webster. Webster to DeFreitas. DeFreitas will cut inside. He's going to find Sebastian Schauba. That's a good ball. That's an even better ball from Schauba to Eske. Eske is going to cross it in. That bounces once, and Rochester needs it to take a clearance there. And the second one only finds its way to Brame.
And Arbor's controlling possession quite a bit these last 10 minutes.
That they are. They've really built into the second half. There's another attempted clearance. He's through, but he's offside. I believe that's Momich. No, I'm sorry, that's Miller. I believe...
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. I believe that's still Momich on the pitch. I believe that's a 9 on the back of his shirt. Sebastian Schauba is going to try and make something happen here in the midfield, but he doesn't really have a shooting angle. There's Cisse. Cisse slips, it looked like, on the pitch, not on the ball. Here's a throw-in. Turnbull is telling everyone, get in the box. This will be a long one. You have 4 AFC defenders back. Turnbull sends it in. It is headed clear by Rochester and booted clear all the way to Webster. Webster's going to head that down for Brame.
Smart play.
Very smart. Webster and Brame have really become a good center back duo, with Ben Thornton rotating in there as well, primarily for Webster. AFC have been very lucky to have so many good center backs in their history. This is just another season of strong defensive play. Rochester building up some possession now here. And they will look long, and that is another offside there by Miller. That's been, I want to say that's I think that's 2 on him. We might have missed an earlier offside there on him. McGrain is, I thought McGrain was going to take it. Maybe it's the darkness, maybe it's just my eyes, but I did not see that free kick get taken there. I thought McGrain was still waiting for it. But AFC have it. There's Eske SK with a good pass there to Matthews. Matthews finds Shalbot. Shalbot has a hit that's going to get deflected, but it will fall back at his feet. He's got it at the edge of the box. He's got it with his right foot. Man on, shout the crowd. Roof finds Turnbull, and that is a corner. So with daylight is rapidly fading.
If we're going to call this, stoppage time, I think we only have a few minutes left.
We are in the 68th minute. If I had to predict, I don't know if we'll play farther than the 70th. Daylight is rapidly fading right now. Vaughn is the man to take here, I believe. That's to the back post. That's headed in by Brame, but no one's at the near post. And it's headed clear, or booted clear. SK is going to find Brame, who sends a cross in there. That's Cisse, the target man. There's Sebastian Schalbad. He might look to send a cross in himself. He has Turnbull open. That's a low shot. That's an impressive save, and that is going to be time. So at the stroke of the 69th minute, the game appears to be called.
So the game is being called right now. Obviously, score is still 0-0, so we're going to figure out when this will be continued.
Obviously, travel makes it more difficult, considering Rochester traveled about 6 hours to be here. So I do not have any insider information, but I would imagine that teams want to get this in as early as you can tomorrow.
Yep, they're shaking hands now.
They're shaking hands. This is all the soccer that will be played, at least today. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen.
Let's take a quick pause and we'll see if we can get some info.
Try and get some info.